Good afternoon. We're here with pillar number 2 in lifestyle medicine, which is nutrition. Again, we're trying to get as much fiber into our diet as possible. As I've mentioned, fiber is the number one deficiency in the American diet. Approximately 95% of people don't get enough fiber in their diet. Just to give you some numbers, the current recommendation is that women get about 28 grams of fiber a day and men up to about 43 grams. But the average American's getting less than 17 grams. Today we're going to talk about a high fiber lunch. We'll try to get as many grams of fiber in this meal as we can. I have a couple of things we're starting with. I love Dave's bread. Dave's bread has a low glycemic index, meaning it doesn't turn to sugar quickly in your blood. It's high fiber, it's made with natural ingredients, it's organic. Each slice of this bread has about 3 grams of fiber. So with this sandwich today, we're going to get about 6 grams of fiber. I love hummus, which is basically garbanzo beans that have been blended together. I like to put a little bit of hummus on both sides of the bread. The hummus itself has about 1 gram of fiber. Let's say one other thing that probably most of you know, but everybody should know, is fiber comes from plant sources only. There's no fiber in a hamburger patty or no fiber in a ribeye steak. It's primarily from plant sources. On the hummus, the next step I like is avocados. I guess we could call this a fruit and vegetable sandwich, in that two things guys that grew up in the Midwest have never eaten in my era were avocados and Mexican food. Never heard of it until I moved to Detroit, Michigan, of all places. But avocado is technically a fruit, although the culinary world considers it a vegetable. It's a fruit because it has a seed in it. But regardless, it's a great source of protein, fat, and fiber. We should talk about, we've started off with fiber, but I should mention the 3 macronutrients. Everybody in America hears a lot about protein. We're all told we need more protein, when in reality, there's 97% of Americans get all the protein they need, but 97% of Americans, as I said, don't get the fiber. But avocado is a great source of naturally occurring oils. It has a fair amount of fiber. A whole avocado has 13.5 grams of fiber, so I'm getting 7 grams of fiber in this half avocado today. The more fiber we get in our diet, the easier it is to maintain an ideal body weight. And I'm going to explain a couple of things about that. I want to talk about something called our microbiome while I'm making this sandwich. The microbiome are the bacterial organisms, fungi, and some viruses that live in our gut, in our distal gut, in the lower third of our small intestine, and primarily in our colon. For years, we didn't know what those bacteria did, but now we know they form what are called short chain. When we eat fiber, we're feeding our microbiome what they love. They eat the fiber and produce short chain fatty acids like butyrate, propionate. There are numerous ones, but those are what actually hook to receptors in our brain that make us feel full. You've heard of, you hear so much now about GLP-1 injectable drugs, the Ozempics, the Mounjaro, the Wegovy. I prescribe a lot of those for diabetic patients. But I'm here to tell you that you can stimulate GLP by just increasing the fiber in our diet. So, the last thing that I like to put on the sandwich is some mustard. This is another nice product called Everything Bagel Seasoning. It's low in sodium. It's great on a bagel. Any Any seasonings that you like are fine. We want to maintain as low a salt as we can. So with this sandwich here, we've gotten about, as I calculated here, about 16 grams of fiber. We're almost reaching the average amount of fiber a U.S. citizen gets in a day. Along with the sandwich today, I'm going to have an apple. That apple has about 4 grams of fiber. And we also pre-made some vegetable soup. This is tofu vegetable soup. We're going to talk more about protein. The tofu is a great source of protein, but that vegetable soup has about 4 grams of fiber. So we're already approaching 20 grams of fiber in this meal. And you will feel quite full on it. What makes us feel full are the stretch receptors in our stomach. And this is a very non-calorie dense food, low calorie with a large volume, so it will make us feel full with this. So, I wanted to say that also tomatoes are a good source of fiber, and tomatoes are a fiber product that lead to weight loss. There was a big study in women where they had them eat 1 ripe tomato a day over a month's period of time, and everyone lost weight in that study. So I just want to close with one more idea for fiber. I want to bring the idea of the microbiome, that we're not only feeding ourselves, we're feeding our microbiome. That's what helps make us feel full and helps make us healthy. Thank you.